summit outline. And this kind of gives us an overview of what this, what we're currently thinking. This is our working outline for the summit, what it's going to look like. And so we've got the sort of the welcome and, what we're about. So the whole theme for the summit is this idea of build back leaner, a takeoff on the country's, build back better. So the idea here, let's have a summit on building back leaner. What does that look like? And the basic structure for the 3-hour summit, a half hour on what people's challenges are as far as building back leaner. What do they see as the obstacles or the things that they're going to have to hit? We've got you guys presenting some ideas on, little nuggets of ideas on how and things you'd recommend for building back leaner. Those are the 10-minute thinking hours. And then at the end, we're going to wrap up and have everybody brainstorm the best ideas for building back leaner. And then we'll do a sort of a voting thing and come up with our top 10 ideas for building back leaner. So that's sort of the structure and the idea. Excuse me. For the summit, we had kind of a prototype version of a virtual summit last year. We did 2 hours. One of the learnings coming out of that had a similar sort of structure in that we're having short presentations by some lean celebrities like yourself. The learning was we tried to, in an hour period of time, do like 4 thinking hours and rotate, through. That was moving. It was fun, but it was moving a little bit too fast. I felt bad about, taking John Shook, whisking him out of one room and dropping him in another 4 times. And he was trying to teach people how to do A3 thinking. So everybody was real good sports about it, but it's a little bit of a wild ride, and it's kind of fun for both the participants and hopefully for you guys when you do it. So that's sort of the overview on this. I'm just going to walk through this outline and talk a little bit. And I'm also going to ask Caleb, we're going to use, I guess, the 2 main tools that we're going to be using for this summit are going to be Zoom, and we're going to kind of flesh out the whole Zoom capability. I'm planning on shooting for 200 to 300 participants. Zoom's capability, or the enterprise version for us at Cal Poly, maxes out at 300. So we're going to kind of try to take it right up to the limits of what you can do as far as an open meeting goes. That means everybody can share screens, everybody can chat to each other. We're not going to lock down browsers or things like this. So it can get pretty wild, and we'll have people like Caleb and myself, being the policeman and trying to make sure everybody's corralled and heading in the right direction. So we're going to full open Zoom, and then also we're going to use Miro as a big sort of whiteboard as a way to help us manage some of the other sessions and collect the output, right? So the way it'll start out, 9:45, we'll have a sort of a soft start welcome, 15 minutes for people to arrive, get their connections, say hello. 10 o'clock, we'll start with the welcome. So sort of that overview. I'll make a little statement. And then we're going to immediately put people into this impromptu networking. These are going to be a series of 3 or 4 rounds of breakouts. Because Zoom is limited to 50 breakouts, it's the number of participants divided by 50 is how many breakouts are going to be. So worst case, we'd have 6 people in a breakout that only have 3 minutes to introduce themselves to each other and get to know each other. And then we randomly put them into another breakout with another different set of 6 people and another 6. So we'll do that about 4 times. The thing that they're going to share in those breakouts is what are their challenges coming out of COVID, right? So what are their Build Back Leaner challenges? So we're looking for problems or problem statements coming out of this. The people, once they come out of that, for the wrap up, we'll ask people to write common themes or issues that they identified from talking to other people and put those on the whiteboard. Caleb, you want to go ahead and share the link to the whiteboard? This is the mural board that we're going to use.
Okay, got it.
Got it? Is it, I'm gonna, I gotta look at my chat also. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna use that. And these are the Zoom link that you're currently on is the Zoom link that's going to be used for the summit. And if you hit hide highlighting changes at the bottom of the mural board, it turns off the pink stuff. So Caleb, I learned that yesterday.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, can you say, I'm not expert. I've only used Miro a couple times. What,
yeah. So
what?
At the bottom of the mural board, I had a little pop-up that said hide highlight changes. And it, I don't know if, Mark, if you're viewing your mural board, everybody's experience is slightly different depending on where you're at.
I don't see that, but I'm just simply using the browser. I don't have the app up and running.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, this should be good. We'll need to, Caleb, and let's sort of take some notes. Let's send them formal invitations to be on the Miro team so that their little cursors are, marked with their actual name. So Scott looks like you're a Miro user, I guess, huh? And have an account or something. Yeah. So Scott.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So Scott's, you can see Scott's name sort of moving on. So Caleb, do you want to go ahead and steer for this? So show them where they'll be putting the Post-it notes for the impromptu networking. Do you want to kind of go there? And then if you click on the bring everybody to you, it'll suck us to what you're looking at on your board. Do you know how to do that, Caleb?
I believe so. Maybe not.
So you go to in the upper right-hand corner, go to your picture, the little picture, your little circle picture.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Click on that. It says bring everybody to you. So now we're seeing what Caleb is looking at.
Gotcha.
So there'll be a little training area to for people to have prior to the summit to learn how to use Miro. So we'll create that little training board for them. This is a work in process. And then we've got Caleb, the output from the impromptu networking. Do we have a frame for that yet?
Oh, for the impromptu networking, not yet. I didn't know if we wanted to utilize the training as like that sort of way of training them to like bring them in.
Okay.
Or if you wanted, just like people get in early and they can.
Okay, well, that might be a double way. So what you do is over on the left-hand side, you'll notice one of the icons is a Post-it note or a sticky note is the term of art in Miro. So if you click on that sticky note, you can pick your favorite color and put a sticky note on there and, put your name and some sort of idea or whatnot, right? So you've got, 300 people, potentially putting sticky notes on this, provide them for enough room or whatnot. To some degree, we might encourage them to do some affinity diagram type thing where they put, similar sticky notes. If you see somebody else's sticky note that's similar, put it with. But this'll have to happen, pretty quickly. And we'll get some people to talk a little bit maybe about, common themes, right, for their stuff. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go back once again to our virtual summit outline. So I'm sharing my screen, I guess, on this, done here, and come back down. So that's going to be the first half hour to get people engaged and going. Should be pretty high energy. Then, then we're going to go into the shift and share session. And these are the ones where you guys are participating. We've broken them into, there's 6 lean celebrities, right? You guys are 3 of the 6. The first session goes from 10:30 to 11:30, and there'll be a little bit of an introduction, and then we'll take the 300 people that are in the summit. We'll randomly put them into 3 breakout rooms, right? And then we're going to make sure that you guys are dropped in, or the 3 people that are presenting for this session, make sure that each one of you is assigned to a particular breakout room, right? So for example, if it's Scott, Mark, and Peg, maybe Peg's in room 1, Scott's in room 2, and Mark, you're in room 3. You'll each have a third of the people. And let's see, who's got the kids? That must be Scott. That must be your kids in the background.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Right? Yeah. That's yeah. So then we'll get you all. Each one of you will have a room. You guys will stay in your room. No, the people will stay in the room. Make sure I get this right. The people stay in a room. You'll have, so the recommendation is 10 minutes to present your idea, right? 10 minutes to present your idea, and then 8 minutes to discuss with the people in your room. If you want to have people do Post-it notes or type their questions in the chat or whatever, be happy to work with you on, developing good ways to get engaged discussion going in Zoom. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that. I was just sort of thinking there are ways that you can maybe do breakout rooms inside breakout rooms, but I want to walk the line between sort of pushing the technology and people's ability and not have to spend too much time training, the lost sheep in this. We will get 80% of the people will be successful in doing whatever we ask them or participating. And then there will be the 10%, advanced folks. And then there'll be the 10% laggards that we don't want to focus on, but we'll try to drag them along, right? With some of this technology stuff that we're doing. But anyway, so you'll have 10 minutes to present. We're going to be recording, so we'll have a student associated with your room who will be in charge of recording your presentation. And then we'll have like 8 minutes of discussion. And then right at the end of that 18 total minutes, we're going to take you out. Caleb will move you to another breakout room. So if you started in 3, you'll go to 1. If you started in 1, you'll go to 2, and we'll just rotate you guys around. You'll say, hello, I'm here. This is your second thinking hour, and you do the cycle again. Okay. So you're going to do 3 of those cycles going around, and then we'll kind of wrap up. Everybody will take a deep breath. There'll be a half-hour break. And then we've got the second wheel of 3 is going to go around. Okay, so you guys, if you were in the first wheel, you're kind of done for the day. Like to have you hang out and participate. You can go into the random breakouts for the second wheel if you want to see what it's like for the participants or the other ones. But yeah, you're only in for like 1 hour of committed, presentation, discussion time. So that's it. So we do that, that second shift and share, and then coming out of the second one, we'll do that build back leaner. And this is where we're gonna put everybody into breakouts once again. So there'll be 50 breakout rooms. We'll randomly select. You go into breakout rooms. Within the breakout rooms, you brainstorm out of the 5 or 6 people that are in the breakout room. You'll brainstorm your best idea coming out of those for those 5 people, what's the best idea for building back leaner coming out of that group of 5? They will then go ahead and post it, their idea on the Miro board. So Caleb, we'll go back to the Miro board. So if you guys want to just go back to that same Miro board, if you go down, and Caleb, take us to the 2510.
Oh, 2510.
Yeah, 2510 at the end there. Hey, and we're still, Caleb and I are still in development on this. Scott, if you've got high level Miro skills, you know, we'd love for some help here. But essentially the deal is if you're in breakout, say you're in breakout room number 11, you're going to go ahead and put your idea, your post-it note in breakout room number 11, right? So there, you'll have your idea there. And then that'll happen in that first round of random breakouts, right? And then if there's a post-it note in breakout 11, and Caleb, could you go ahead and put a post-it note in breakout 11? Just put something there so that we can kind of see how this will work. Okay. So it'll be a post-it note in breakout 11, which will have some sort of idea on it. And then we're going to put people in the random breakout rooms of 50 once again. So you'll get a group of 6. And if that 6 is in, gets to be in breakout room number 11, they'll look at the idea in breakout room number 11, and then they're going to vote on that idea. Okay. And they're going to have to do this. We'll have to work this out, Caleb. Everybody will have like 25 votes. You can't put more than 5 in a session. You only put down no more than 5 votes on a particular card. Yeah, we need to think about this a little bit. Anyway, they're going to be voting on these cards, and we're going to have a voting process. You got a limited number of votes. It's a multi-voting sort of thing, but they're going to vote on this card. You'll come to some sort of consensus vote. And then we're going to put them in another breakout room, and they're going to have to evaluate another card or another post-it note, and they vote on that. And so they're going to move to 5 different random rooms, get 5 different random ideas to vote on. And then at the end, what we'll do, the output of this is a countdown. So we'll find the card that got the most votes, right? And if you did in the physical world, if you did this, you would do 5 rounds with a maximum of 5 points that you can vote per round. And therefore the maximum card would get 25 points. And so the 2510 refers to 25, is your maximum points. And then we would count down top 10 ideas, right? So we'll get the top 10 ideas, and maybe we'll drag those post-it notes, say if this was the, one of the top 10 ideas, we'll drag it up into a, some sort of podium type thing about the top 10 ideas, and we'll all be so happy and cheer and thrilled with how smart we are. And then the summit will wrap up at the end with that exercise, and then we'll keep the summit open for another half hour at the end. So if I go to where is did I close that?
No, yeah, it's the 21 virtual summit.
Oh
outline.
yeah, I was looking for the green one. Okay, and then so this is the 2510 exercise, and then at 125 we wrap up, and then 1:30 we're goodbye, and then 1:30 to 2 post summit, people that want to hang around and talk. Okay, so that at this point is the outline for the summit, and I'm going to do my little clicker thing so on the video I can record, and we'll go into the post. Oh, okay, tell me what bad is going to happen and what questions you guys have. Here we go.